Welcome, beloved, to the Emperor card of the Major Arcana. This is part of our week 5. I am a little delayed in getting the descriptions and the Fool's Journey part out. And I will wrap the Empress part into this too as an extension. So, beloved, I hope you're having fun meditating on this card. We have a few more days before I release the next one for week 6. And I really hope you're enjoying this process. And let me know how it's going for you. I'd love to support you and cheer you on. So, beloved, we have, when we're talking about the fool's journey, right? The fool is the metaphor for the journey in life, in our own life. And the whole idea, the reason I wanted to do this Living the Tarot series with weekly and daily meditations is so that you can become more personal with your card, right? With these energies and seeing how they play out in both big and small events. And for you to take the time to really meditate and actually practice your intuition and using it. It's a great intuitive skill to build, and you'll get more personal messages this way and really have a better connection and relationship with the cards and the story of the Fool's Journey. So, as the Fool moves on from the Magician and the High Priestess in the Fool's Journey, the Fool starts to question their path, right? And his mother shows up as the Empress, and she represents our connection with Mother Earth and embodies everything we do about our own fertility and nurturing our ability and abundance, right? And and then right after that, the fool runs into a father figure, which appears as the emperor, who sets the rules and regulations to ensure that his path is safe and stable. He reminds the fool of the importance of traditions and structures that can stand the test of time and help the fool be grounded while he navigates the next level of his spiritual awareness. While the fool is finding order in his world, he may struggle with the frustration of obeying those who are in authority. He becomes aware through the patient direction of the emperor that there's a purpose to the rules and structures of his world, right? So, how does that jump out at you? How do you see that playing out in your life, beloved? Okay, so this is fire element for the sign of Aries. And I'm going to read the description of the card itself, and then we'll jump into a little bit of the interpretation. The emperor wears armor and a cloak of deep red. The armor beneath his robe suggests a warrior king. A jeweled crown sits on his head. In one hand, he wields a scepter, one that is reminiscent of an ankh. In the other hand, a golden orb. The scepter, or crux ansata, is his sovereignty. The orb is his dominion. Ram heads are sculpted into his throne. Behind him, the sky is a cast orange. Dry, jagged rocks are sprawled into the horizon, perhaps a canyon. A small stream runs at the foot of the canyon, right? So there's a lot of representation in colors, right? Having to do with power and glory and the color gold, right? And he's wearing armor underneath his robes, which he's always ready to do battle, right? For him, for his people, for his kingdom. Okay, so this card can be about authority, government, and paternity. And some suggested interpretations is male political power, stability, potency, and protection. This card can appear when the seeker possesses an iron will. The landscape behind him kind of represents a stern and severe nature. If this, some older interpretations said if this showed up in a man's reading, then it was indicative of self mastery and virile power. If it showed up in a woman's reading, it would be more about a father figure. But in more gender neutral current times, it's more about dominance and superiority in work, career, and business realms. When this appears, it's about the theme of order, authority, and jurisdiction, and they will be at play. If the seeker is facing a conflict, then it can be about being justified in their fight or their cause. The cause is just. There'd be a high likelihood of success. And the armor underneath can also indicate what is the seeker's dominion? What has he conquered? And how is that serving you? Because in the back, it looks like his kingdom is parched. What? Dry. So the dryness in the imagery can really represent a thirst for a different kind of sovereignty, right, than what the seeker has attained. The golden orb he's holding can represent the story of King Midas, right, where he touches everything into gold, turned his daughter into gold. And gold can't nourish your heart, soul, right? So it's really could cause into question what is it that you're ruling over, right? The Emperor card can represent a yang force, domination of mind over heart. About structure and regulations are pertinent themes, right? It's an element of fire, and it represents external forces at play. If this card shows up in a love reading, it could be about a father figure, or as far as lovers, stubborn but passionate partners. If this card shows up in a professional development reading, it can be about putting work under control, or leadership skills are crucial to the seeker's success. So again, beloved, what does this card make you think of, right? He does look kind of stern, that authoritarian type of figure, which most of us try to avoid. You know, a strong type A personality. And obviously, that's what Aries is really representative as well. So, how can this differentiate between being authoritarian and authoritative? Like the parenting styles, right? Authoritarian is just going to be, it's my way or the highway, right? I'm in control, about that dominance. Whereas being authoritative is being in charge, but loving through love, guidance, and support. So when you see this card, beloved, and when you meditate on this card, what does it bring up for you? What thoughts can you challenge or reframe when you see this? Does it remind you of a father figure or a lover who you might have a fractured relationship with, right? Because of dominance and control. Where can this energy help you in your daily life? Are you a supervisor or team lead? Do you own your own business? Are you the head of your household? Are you a partner? This card can represent so many different things in our life and people in our lives. So, what comes up for you? What triggers you? And what can you point out that you might need to heal and face? Lots of questions, beloved. I'd love to know what comes up for you or what other questions you might be asking yourself. And yeah, I'd love to know. So feel free to share. Hope you're enjoying the process. And we will see you soon for week 6. So, beloved, have a great few days and stay grounded.